Hello dear viewers, today we'll talk about the martial art of Agni Kempo, and I am pleased to present our guests to you. Today my guest is Grandmaster YURII Kostrov, creator of Agni Kempo. 10th Beza, Dan, President of the World Agni Kempo Organization. Grandmaster VERA MOROZOV, co-founder of Agni Kempo. 9th Beza, Dan, Vice President of the World Agni Kempo Organization. Hello. You are the only Grandmasters of the 9th and 10th Dan in Ukraine and the countries of the former USSR who are officially recognized and registered in the international registration systems of the USA and Japan. Wow, to begin with, we have not seen each other for a long time. Probably already 1 year. During this time, you attended the 6th World Martial Arts Festival, which took place in the Republic of Korea from September 30th to October 6th. Let's talk a little about this festival. How many countries and teams took part in it? This is the second festival in which we participated. This time the number of countries and teams has increased significantly. In total, 35 countries from all over the world took part, who put out 50 teams representing various styles and systems of sport, fights and martial arts. A feature of this festival is that it collects only authentic, national styles. For example, festival organizers are not interested in Japanese styles that were not created in Japan. If they invited some style from Japan, then only authentic. This is an example. And what national style was presented, for example, from Australia? Australia also presented its national martial art, which was demonstrated by the natives. By the way, they demonstrated a special combat color of the body, which is applied for a very long time and carefully and does not wash off for several days. Each line or pattern has a special meaning. Okay, now let's move on to your presentation. I know that your team received a gold medal at this festival. Why was it handed to you? There were many nominations and awards at this festival. However, our performance was the most harmonious and we more clearly demonstrated our style of Agni Kempo. We tried to show in our presentation everything that is in Agni Kempo, of which it consists. And for our such the most complete demonstration of the Agni Kempo combat system during the 6 days of the festival, we were awarded the Golden Medal of Harmony. 6 days in a row. Were these different performances? One performance was not like the other. No, all teams had a certain program of performances, but there were some changes in performances during the festival. After all, each team wanted to best present their style to the audience. However, all the performances of the teams during the festival were at different venues and in different cities of this province of Chungju. This is the very center of the country, and this province is considered the center and homeland of all Korean martial arts. By the way, we were among the 3 teams that were entrusted with opening this festival. Yes? Was it very honorable for you? Yes, of course. Moreover, out of 6 performances, 5 we performed on the central venue, directly in the city of Chungju. We even saw by the behavior of the audience how much our team was well and enthusiastically received. Already during the opening of the festival, when the announcer announced our team, Agni Kempo, Ukraine, thunderous applause and welcoming, approving cries sounded in the stands. You probably remember the audience from the previous festival for your successful performance, and they remembered Agni Kempo from Ukraine well. Okay, you have provided us a video from this festival. We will see him now with our viewers, and I want to skip you to make your comments. This is the opening of the festival. In the background is visible the exit of our team, which is led by Grandmaster VERA MOROZOV. At that time I was invited to the box for Grandmasters and founders of martial arts styles, and I was there. During the release of our team, the stands loudly and unanimously greeted us, and this can be seen and heard in this story. And this is one of our performances. By the way, two 15-year-old youths performed in our team, and you now see their performance. They are already quite serious fighters. Is your performance synchronized and in a certain rhythm? Yes. This is due to the fact that each team had to perform to a certain music. We also brought a phonogram for our performances, hence a certain rhythm of action. The music is in line with our martial arts style and is called the element of fire. Reveal the secret. Who writes music to you? Nobody wrote to us. From several phonograms we composed the melody we needed with a certain rhythm. In the performance of our team, there are original elements of self-defense, which are the technique of our style only and a characteristic only of Agni Kempo. These are our own developments. At this festival, not a single team showed anything like this. After this festival, we saw them performed by representatives of other styles. Outwardly, it looks similar, but it is felt that simple copying gives only external similarity, and the internal content is completely absent. This is understandable, since in order to know and understand the internal content of the actions of our fighters and self-defense techniques, Agni Kempo must be engaged. Our performance at the festival was certainly very bright, colourful, and was liked not only by the organisers of the festival, the participants, but most importantly, the spectators experienced in martial arts really liked it. And this is for us a true recognition of Agni Kempo as a martial art. Does synchronization of actions during a demonstration matter? Of course. Collective execution of formal exercises gives not only a harmonious sense of teamwork, but also develops a sense of rhythm. This is one of the main feelings of a real fighter. By the way, in this regard, Korean viewers and experts told us that the demonstration of other teams is a show, and the team of Agni Kempo shows real martial art. They immediately saw and appreciated it. We see the original formal exercise, lest Vitsa, for gun ownership. And this is self-defense against the threat of a pistol. All Agni Kempo techniques work well in different situations and are mainly intended for special forces. Our guys did everything so easily that some young Koreans didn't think it was real. One came up to us after the performance and asked that one of our guys demonstrate this on it. His finger on his arm was almost broken, although our guy did everything very carefully. The actions of the master always look easy and simple, but this hides a huge many years of work. Mr. Yuri, tell me that you were not invited to shoot any films, art series, action films? A similar invitation has arrived from Germany now, and I am considering it in order to make a final decision. But, in general, we have experience of such participation in the filming of feature films. There is such an action movie, Afghan too, and I put all the scenes with fights and weapons there. It was an interesting experience. We were invited after that, but in the production of our cinema, difficulties with financing began. Unfortunately, now you see how my student Yuri Labziak, the world champion in Ashihara Karate, demonstrates the special form, Fight Buki. In the past year, we showed the audience Fight AZ. This is self-defense against several attackers. And now, a 15-year-old youth, Dennis Maberoda, demonstrates the technique of working with a knife. Characteristic only for our style, the Korean audience immediately appreciated this performance and realized that this was a technique for special forces. Is this a knife for special forces? No. For us have difficulty transporting such weapons, so here you see a regular hunting knife. and this, as a continuation, is a technique of self-defense against attack with a knife. This technique, of course, can be mastered by everyone, both civilians and law enforcement officers, because Agni Kempo is universal in nature. In this performance, our fighters specially performed everything at a low speed, so that the Korean audience could see the details of the actions. How? Is it still a low speed? Yes, because if YURII did everything at high speed, his assistant would land on the tatami with his arm already broken. Here, at this performance, our fighter does not have a survival task, so he petties his partner and still ensures him during the landing.
то ассистент уже приземлялся бы с поломанной рукой. Зритель должен, конечно, видеть.
And now Grandmaster VERA MOROZOV is demonstrating left spitzer with an American M16 rifle. This form is called AKM and is performed with a Russian Kalashnikov machine rifle. However, on the Russian border we were forbidden to carry it. Already here in Korea, our friends, especially for our demonstration, gave us this American automatic rifle.
Украинские друзья нам помогли, мы достали М16 винтовку, и мы буквально за полчаса, за 30 минут к ним приспособились, разобрали, собрали, все увидели где как что, и это лишний раз доказывает, что техника нашего стиля универсальна и работает в разных случаях.
Thanks to them for that. Helped us out. However, this experience showed us once again that the Agni Kempo technique is universal and this form can be performed with any long-barreled weapon. And the shown technique of self-defense against a rifle is our authentic development, our exclusive. Aren't you afraid that they will steal it? You know, we are constantly being given so much new material for our new developments that we will not be impoverished. By the way, the organizers and participants of the festival noticed that this time we brought a completely new program. It should be so. Firstly, this is respect for the festival and its audience, and secondly, it is a demonstration of the depth of knowledge inherent in Agni Kempo. Our style is so rich that it's even boring to bring the same thing every time. You now see self-defense with a knife against a rifle. This is also our original development. It is in such a performance that it is only in our Agni Kempo style. You see that in this case too. Everything runs at a slow speed. But even in this case the partner of YURII was injured by his own carelessness and inexperience. He received a puncture of the body with a knife. In Agni Kempo, it is customary to work only with real weapons. This is me working against three forwards. Yes, I see it, less and less like a show, but more like a real fight.
Вот я демонстрирую работу против трех нападающих. Тоже это очень понравилось публике, зрителям и специалистам.
Да, но это уже все меньше и меньше начинает напоминать шоу, все больше и больше начинает напоминать реальные.
Все выполняется рядом.
Here, our fighter breaks thick and short wooden timber. Even the representatives of the Kyokushinkai karate speaking here with us respected our demonstration.
Очень восприняли вот это разбивание, потому что они разбивали гораздо более длинные и более тонкие, так скажем.
Mr. YURII and Mrs. VERA, I really liked your performances. Handsomely. And tell me, how many teams represented Ukraine? At the 5th festival and this 6th festival we were the only team representing Ukraine. This is due to the fact that last year we became members and one of the founders of the World Martial Arts Union, headquartered here in the Republic of Korea. After that, we became representatives of this union in Ukraine. Sole representatives. This year, the second union conference was held, which showed a very tough approach of the organizers to the selection of teams for participation in the World Festival. Therefore, if a national team appears in Ukraine that expresses a desire to perform at this festival, they will have to contact us as the official representatives of the World Union to receive our recommendation. At the festival, your team demonstrated an exclusive technique peculiar only to Agni Kempo. What is the difference between Agni Kempo and other martial arts styles? In previous television interviews, I already said that Agni Kempo is rooted in the deep, historical past of our people, but nevertheless, this is a modern martial art that is very suitable for our time. The third millennium in general, and the 21st century in particular, is a time of universal integration and universalization. It happens in life, in economics, in politics. This also applies to martial arts. From this century, universal styles of martial arts will dominate in the world. That is, highly specialized styles that are called traditional, unfortunately, will gradually die. Because it is not possible, for example, to use the style that was created in the 18th century in our time. Life is already different. Its pace has increased dramatically and the old styles no longer meet the requirements of the new time to survive, including. I want to emphasize that this is my personal opinion, of course. There will always be people who will be adherents of the old traditional martial arts. Although this is already more an area of culture than martial art. Hello, we have a phone call. Hello, speak. Hello, I want to ask, can any person take your style or do you need some kind of preparation? Do you want to? Yes. And how old are you? 30. Coming into our style, a beginner should not have any skills. In general, we prefer to work with the so-called white sheets that have never been involved in martial arts. They, as a rule, absorb all knowledge very quickly and thoroughly. Of course, it's not for nothing that they say that it's easier to teach than to retrain. Age, also, does not matter much if a person is practically healthy and does not have any serious chronic diseases. However, for such people, we also have a special wellness program called the Bridge. We have only 6 areas of development, but in order to develop in all, you need to have your own center. Madam Vera, please tell us about this beautiful medal. What is it and what did you get it for? This is exactly the medal that Grandmaster Kostrov said earlier. This is the Golden Medal of Harmony. She was handed to us for one of the best performances of our team. This is the recognition of experts, festival participants and spectators. Such a medal is a recognition of our style, our school Agni Kempo and our country. Tell me, how do you, as a woman, feel in this form of martial art? As normal as other women? Do you have women too? Yes, of course. Girls and women are trained and get very good and high results. But the main thing is that they have a growing level of health, losing weight and gaining a beautiful figure. After a year of classes, these are completely different, beautiful people. Our program is running out and I want to ask where and how are you going to move on? We enter WOMAU, about which I spoke earlier. Recently we were invited and we became members of the World Kempo Federation, which takes part in the Olympic movement, and we're their representatives in Ukraine as well. Today we're the only recognized Kempo style in Ukraine. And now you can get into this Olympic movement only by contacting us. So, there is a lot of work ahead. In conclusion, if one of the viewers wants to find you, how to do it? It is best to contact us by phone, which you see on the screen, and we will be happy to answer all questions. Where are we and how to get there?
Программа «Тинейджер» подошла к концу, и мне
Thank you
остается
for
поблагодарить
participating in our
всех
program, and this is where we end.
к нам пришли,
Goodbye and all the best to you. Thanks, mutually.
Мы за вас будем